All right, and welcome back. As you can see with two hands, I have figured out how to make a stand for my little camera. And as you can also see, we've made quite a bit of progress on the picture. I just thought I would do a couple more little leaves, maybe finish up leaves, petals, maybe finish up these right here and get this flower done, and then maybe start on this one, and then maybe like the next video. I mean, obviously I got a few more flowers here to do. As you can see, they're kind of hiding in there, but after I get all the flowers finished, maybe we'll start working on the leaves, and I think that would be a good opportunity to review what I've learned about leaves. Anyway, for the purple one, the middle, I used Azalea Pink, and that'll be number 82. And then followed with Purple Deep, number 99, which actually is, again, more of a pinkish color. And I do that really light pressure, I mean, even lighter than what I'm used to. And then finally, the actual magenta for 086. And that will do the middle here, and it does kind of look like the purple, which is kind of funny. Now for the petals, we are using lavender, which is a beautiful purple, 036. And then we're using heather purple, which is 037. And then for my shadowing and my dark parts, we're using mulberry, 039. And of course, always have your pencils nice and sharp. And then I decided that we should probably go ahead and put a pencil extender on my blending tool. But the problem is finding a pencil extender. Let me look around here a little bit. Aha! Found one. Now, you could get these pretty much anywhere, your local art store, Amazon. As you can see, well, I don't know if you can see really good. Right there, see, there's tape around this. The ones I got off of Amazon, they're really cheap. They fall apart really easily. And then, of course, you see me pull down the little cylinder here, and that kind of widens it up a little bit. And then I'm going to put my little pencil extender. And then if all goes well, push the thing back up, and it's in there pretty sealed. It does still come out though, because once again, these are a little bit cheap. But now I have a pencil, even though I'll still be grabbing it here. If I need to do really light pressure, I can grab it back here again. You know, pencil extenders save pencils. So, all right, let's get back to coloring here. As you can see on this particular one, I went ahead and went backwards with the light and the dark. I just finished this leaf here, so I'm going to kind of put a little more color in it since I went over with the white pencil, and kind of darken it up a little bit again so it looks real nice and even and beautiful and blended. There we go. Ah, yes. And then this time I've really gotten technologically advanced. I've learned to play my music list while I'm coloring. Fancy, I know. It is a little bit harder to see what I'm doing while filming this way, just because my hand's blocking a good majority of the light on some of it. But there we go. Let's do straight lines instead of my normal circles and see how that turns out. Just back and forth. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and color the whole thing this time, because I want to really do something different. Because remember, each petal on a flower is different. So I'm just going to do the whole petal in the lavender first and see how this turns out when I use my next color. Okay, let's put the heather purple down here at the bottom and see what happens. I figured I'd try this experiment while doing a video and see what comes up. So far, not bad. We're going to want to fill these in a little bit. There we go. There we go. It's not bad. I don't think it makes much of a difference. It doesn't look like it does anyway. And then, of course, go back to the lighter color, but don't go through the whole petal this time. I just want to see if it changes how it blends or anything, or looks any different as far as the color coming out. We're going to find out in the end if it looks better or worse or the same. Here we go. And then just kind of bring that down. Okay, back to the heather purple. I like the name heather purple. It's really pretty. And then, of course, as you can see, there's a little spot where I went over and outside the lines because sometimes I can't color within the lines. But never mind that. You can always fix that. There are several ways to fix it. In that particular spot where I messed up, I will be going over it with a darker color so you won't even know that it's there by the time I'm done. They do make erasers. It's kind of like a putty to erase the colored pencil with. And let's make some pretty little lines here. Anyway, or you can just like incorporate it into your coloring already. Say, oops, I messed up a little bit, but here, let's get that fixed by making it part of the coloring. I've done that before. Anyway, if you guys have been watching my videos, you'll notice that I do really love purple. So if I mess up with the purple, I've got it covered because I'll fix it. Not a problem. All right, then use our blender pencil here. Here we go. And forgive me if this does shake any. I don't have it attached to the table that I'm coloring on. It's attached to a table that's next to me, but because the length of the temporary holder is a little short, I am up against the table that I'm holding this on. But hey, it works. It'll do a good video, I hope. There we go. And that doesn't look too bad. Let's go over it with the white now. I don't think that coloring the whole petal in the light color actually made much of a difference. So I might consider that a waste of color. All right, here we go. And then, of course, don't forget, just brush off that wax bloom, those little wax pieces. And then let's go ahead and darken our colors back up. And I'm really loving how this all blends together. I love these Castle Arts. If you haven't been following along in my videos, we've been doing this picture with the Castle Art wax-based pencils. You can get them for $59.99 on Amazon right now. They're on sale. In the case, it's a zippered case, and the zippered case is really nice. Or if you don't need a zippered case, just get you a box for like, I think it's like either $55 or $56.99. So it's a couple bucks cheaper on Amazon. I really wanted the case because I wanted to see what it was like to have a zippered case, and I really like it. So I think I'm going to keep the Castle Arts in it. I've already arranged them how I like them to be in there. And then, of course, I'm putting in some shadow, as you can see. And then, since I'm too lazy to get in said case, I'm using my black Polychromos to kind of go over the lines where the white kind of like dulled them out. There we go. And then of course, to help with the shadow a little bit, I've started doing just a small line of black through the shadow. It kind of makes it pop a little bit. See what I mean? It looks really, really good. So that's how that is, and it's pretty much almost done. I'm really liking the purple and how they're turning out here. And of course we're going to do this one, but I don't want to smudge this or get it on the edge of my hand. And wax pencils do tend to do that. They do tend to transfer and smudge. So what I do is I just take a little napkin and put it over like that. They don't smudge on the napkin. And of course, I'm going to go ahead and sharpen my pencils. And this is in my Prismacolor manual sharper. See, and they come out really nice. There we go. And I had, if you hadn't been following along in the videos, I had learned the hard way that my Castle Arts do tend to break in my battery powered one, but not so much in my manual one. Looky there. Then of course with this too, because it's a cheap pencil extender, you're going to want to hold your pencil out like this. Otherwise it's going to slide the pencil extender right off. So much for, not being cheap. So, okay. Let's get back to this last petal here. And I did kind of like doing the up and down strokes versus my little circles. That wasn't too bad. But doing the whole petal wasn't really necessary. I mean, it's something you can do if you want to. I don't see what the harm is. Now on this one, since there's so little petals showing, I don't think I'm going to bring the darker color up into the lighter color too much, because I want some of the lighter color to show, and I already know that I am going to be using an even darker color to do some shadowing in there. So, all right, then let's go ahead and do our darker color. Oh my golly, this song's dating me. Winger, Headed for a Heartbreak. Copyright, not my copyright. But part of my playlist. So I'm just kind of listening to it. I actually remember, if you're familiar with the Dayton area, again, the Centerville area actually, there was a place called Dingleberries. Yes, it's real. Or was. And it used to sell records, and then eventually graduated to CDs. Well, eventually graduated to cassette tapes, and then graduated to CDs, and then eventually went out of business because everything went digital. But before then, Winger was one of them, and Whitesnake was another one. Two bands that were signing autographs at Dingleberries a long time ago when I was a teenager. And I just thought it was the neatest thing, and I got their autographs. Lord only knows where the posters are. They're probably long gone in the trash, which kind of breaks my heart because I bet they'd be worth lots of money now. It doesn't matter. Anyway, that's looking pretty good. And then, there we go. Do another layer here. But yeah, man, I haven't heard this song in forever. It's been a long time since I've done my playlist. But there we go. And then we'll do a little bit more of this. I think with its smaller statue, 2 layers should be fine. And then we'll do a blend after we add some lines here. There we go. Then maybe go ahead and start in with some shadowing. I want the shadowing to be kind of thin because I want all the colors to show. They don't have to if you don't want to. It just depends on what you want. Like I've said in other videos, you know, no two petals are alike. You do what you want. Make it one color, make it 10 colors. I don't know if you could fit 50 in there, but make it 50 colors if you want to. If you can fit it, do it. So anyway, there we go. And then get some of that wax bloom off of there. And then a little bit of white. There we go. And if you hadn't watched the previous videos either, I did find that the Prismacolor white blends the Castle Arts beautifully. You just go back over with one more layer to kind of darken your colors up, or bring your colors back, however you want to say it, because the white does dull them out. And then there we go. It's looking really good. At least I hope it is. Still can't see. Hope you can see. Alright. And darken this color up. And then do the shadow again. There we go. And then I'm going to do a wax bloom removal. And then I'm going to come back in with my Polychromos black. Because again, I'm too lazy to go get the Castle Arts black out. And that's a nice little shadow on that flower. And as you can see, whoop, whoop. I don't know where my camera is. There we go. Looks good. It's hard to do this backwards. I'm learning new stuff every day. So, there we go. Maybe that'll bring it in focus a little bit. Not too bad. I think I'm going to do a little bit more in the middle here. That looks a little choppy. So we'll get my azalea pink out. Just kind of go over it with a little bit of a medium pressure. Oh, Heartbreak must have been the last song. Playlist over. All right, there we go. I'm going to bring this back too, because I'm really not interested in smushing my pigment around. There we go. Oh, nope. Because here comes another song. There we go. Maybe a little bit here. There we go. And then we'll bring the magenta back out to darken it up a little bit. There we go. And then I'd say that flower's pretty much done. Doesn't look too bad. At least I don't think so. I think it's going along really great. I'm not sure how to do the next color, or the next, the three, what I call hidden flowers. I think I'm going to do like a blue here, and a pink here, and then maybe purple here. And then I think our next flower picture will be one of roses, so I could show you the neat technique that I learned online for how to color the roses. And I'll even give the guy proper credit. Anyway, that's the end of this video, and I do hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, just go ahead and leave questions below. Same thing with comments, and have a great night.